What's up, guys? How's it going, everybody? My name's Blitzwinger, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new customs video for LEGO DC Supervillains. And today we're gonna go on ahead and expand on our previous build of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Today we're gonna go on ahead and put together Lord Drakkon, who is, from what I understand, he's supposed to be kind of like an evil Green Ranger variation in the comics for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And in addition to that, of course, we will indeed assemble the Green Ranger himself, because last time we had built the entirety of the rest of the team. So we have the Red Ranger here, we have the blue, or sorry, I guess the Black Ranger up here, the Blue Ranger, the Yellow Ranger, and the Pink Ranger. So today we're going to get to work on the two variations of the Green Ranger. Now, for the most part, this should be relatively straightforward as far as the design is concerned. So we're going to go on ahead and head over to here, obviously adjust the name. We're going to start with the Green Ranger here, and of course hope that we can get a good looking character at the end of this thing. Of course, if you end up building your own design, your own take on the character, don't forget to share that over on Instagram or Twitter at Blitzwinger, or on Facebook it would be the Blitzwinger. So thank you guys so very much for that. Now, he does have that dagger that he utilizes, so I think that's what we're gonna go with here, is the actual dagger that he has. So I think that will work pretty well. So as I was saying before, I think that for the most part the design is going to be quite similar. A lot of elements are overlapping between the Green Ranger and the other Rangers that we've built, but there will be some elements that are unique to the Green Ranger, like for example the giant kind of like armor plate that he wears over the chest area. So that is something that we will need to try to nail in the overall look here. So first and foremost, I guess we got to pick the right color of green. We could go with the really bright green, or a little bit more toned down, and I think that this toned down look is going to look a little bit cleaner at the end of this thing. So we'll see how it looks. I'm almost thinking maybe we should go with the brighter green on this one, and then the dark. It's fine. We'll start with this, and then we'll see. If we need to adjust, we'll adjust. Okay, first and foremost, for the hip piece, we're just gonna go... So we're kind of going with the easier elements first, just because we know what they're supposed to be, so they're quite easy to figure out relatively quickly here. I almost want to see, what would this look like if we went... this... and that... No, that looks a little bit too busy for this design, so I think we're going to stick to the simplified look of the two-tone. So we're going to go with the white boots and the green, I guess, pants. So I think that would work decently well. Is that the right color on the hips? I think so. Just seems a little bit like off as far as the coloring is concerned. So... for the face, I still think we could actually use the exact same faceplate that we've used before. I think it would work here. It's not going to work for Lord Drakkon, so that's something that we will need to adjust for sure. But for this guy, it should work. For the Green Ranger, I should say. And then we're going to go with the helmet. And again, we're going to go with two tones. You kind of have to go with the brighter color on the second one just so it matches. Okay, so we've got all that figured out. Now comes the more difficult element of this whole thing, and that is the armor plate. So they do have armor plates sort of in the game. We just need to find something that actually would look somewhat close to the look that we see in the show. Man, oh man. It's tough because there really isn't anything that's going to be exact to the design that we need. You could go, I guess, with something like this. And then if you made the undercolor, the torso green. I guess we could go with, let's say, that. You would go with the light green. the white belt buckle, and then I guess the diamond shape you could maintain, which is pretty awesome. It would be also, let's say, similar color, even though you can't even actually see it. So you could go this way. It's not the worst look, but it's not very accurate, so not a big fan of the way that this looks. Let's try these shoulder pads. I guess that's kind of decent. I'm almost thinking, what if we did this plus... No, can't use that, unfortunately. No, that will not work. Man, oh man. Yeah. I mean, the closest we're gonna get to something that looks even remotely similar to the look that we need. Let me try what this looks like. I guess you could go with this as well. It sort of works. Just trying to decide which one looks more accurate. I think this actually surprisingly looks a little bit more accurate, to be honest. So I think we'll go with that look there. So that's the Green Ranger completed. As you can see, like I said, going to be pretty easy, pretty straightforward, kind of a similar design to the other Rangers that we've already assembled. Now, however, is going to be the much more difficult element to build, and that is Lord Drakkon. So this one is going to be tough, for sure, because this one has a lot more details. Like, the helmet's completely different. He's got way more, like, colors. Is it one? I think it's K. I think that's how you spell Lord Drakkon. I hope I'm close. I'm sure you guys will let me know if I'm not, so let me know in the chat. Now, I believe he still has his dagger, like the green one that he uses to, like, the flute, sorry, I guess, slash dagger. So I think that we can keep that as far as items are concerned. And then let's start like we usually do, kind of with the simpler stuff, with the stuff that's relatively easy to actually adjust. So we're going to start with the gloves, first of all, because they're the exact same color. The legs seem to be relatively simplified, so it's going to be just white. And then ideally we want a little bit of gold on the lower part of the legs, with some highlights of green. So something like this could work, actually. It's not bad. Because he does have, like, shin guards. I don't think there's anything that's going to be, like, exact, unfortunately. Yeah, that's not going to work. Because even if we repaint this to be, like, gold here, it's not applicable. So I think what we could do is just go with the opposite look this time, and instead we're gonna just flip the colors a little bit and make the boots gold. I'm trying to figure out which color looks better. Probably that one, just because it's not so in your face. Okay, hip color, again, should be pretty easy. Just plain white. So we got that figured out. And now the more difficult aspects, and that is the torso, which I guess we have to go with the belt buckle design again. So we'll go with the plain white, and then what we would need to do is make the belt actually green. I think that works decently well. We'll still go with the diamond sort of pattern, even though for his design, it's not really the diamond. I mean, it's kind of the diamond design, but the actual insignia is a little bit different. It's like 3 horns, sort of. So I'm trying to think what way could we incorporate that. I guess that's not terrible. I mean, that's just obviously the bat signal. Yeah. Do we just go with the skull and crossbones since he's a villain? just go with that. It's like, there you go. Doesn't that signify that he's a bad guy? Pretty straightforward, right? Man, oh man. Yeah, there's not a lot here that can actually even remotely function well. Guess that looks kind of halfway decent. But I think we should just stick to probably just the diamond shape. Okay. So let's say we have that. Now, for the shoulders, we're in a similar situation here where we can either go this way or this way. I think we'll go with this one. We'll keep the diamond actually green, and then the shoulders will be kind of gold. Yeah, that looks way too yellow. I think that works a little bit better, because hopefully it'll blend in a tad bit more. So we'll go with that. And then what we have left? We have the arms, which is going to be a tad bit difficult. We do need gold gauntlets, which makes me think of all the different Shazam characters. So let's say someone like this, for example. That could work decently well. Is there anything better? Let's just look through all the gold gauntlet sort of designs. If there's any that have a little bit of green in them and the gold gauntlets, that would be ideal, but I think that actually looks pretty clean. Man, oh man. I don't think there's anything where it's gonna have... What changes color on this? Nope. I mean, that has a little bit of the green design, but it's in the completely wrong spot, so it doesn't really apply. Actually... Now this, again, wrong color. Or I guess not universally applicable. I wish we could have the shoulder pads be the same on each side instead of just the one design there. And that would have worked, but unfortunately it doesn't give us that option. That looks really cool too. Okay, I think we'll go with the other design though. Sorry, I just got an idea. I wonder what would this look like if we went to this design? If you went gold on that. And then the white everywhere else, but... I mean, I guess that kind of works too. So you could go that route. Let's try it. Okay, now is the most difficult element, and that is the helmet. We got to figure out how to possibly replicate that helmet. He does have kind of like the 3 horns, kind of like up in the front. So we're going to try to find something that can replicate that look, at least to a certain extent. Of course, I'm sure that we're not going to get something that looks exact. So if we could have recolored that, we could have probably made that look really cool, actually, if we just had the option to recolor this, but we do not. So unfortunately can't really use that. That won't work. Starting to think I might have to use another one of the flash helmets, possibly. Because if we go, let's say if we went with this, we made the orange, white, oh sorry, yellow, kind of like that. Then it'd be, let's say, the red eyes we could accomplish with one of the face plates. Man, oh man, this is tough. If there was just some way for us to, let's see, I'm trying to think here. Maybe there's a way that we could, okay, so we can get the red eyes this way, repaint the face. I think the vast majority of the helmet is just white, so I think that would work. And then what we would need to do to get the rest of the look to look at least remotely correct would be to kind of get the faceplate part. Will it still let us equip the shoulder pads? Or no? Nope, it removes the shoulder pads. Oh, but we could have these ones. So then I guess we gotta go with this one. So that is gonna be our bizarrely weird take on Lord Drakkon. Holy moly. This one was insanely difficult. Seriously, I'm not even going to pretend. I think that it's very, very, in parts, inaccurate. In other parts, quite accurate. But I think that the Green Ranger turned out really, really well. So at least if you want to have, like, the original team, you can do so. If you have a better take on Lord Drakkon, do not hesitate to tag me on Instagram or Twitter. I'm actually genuinely looking forward to seeing what you guys can come up with and see how that design can possibly be improved. But overall, I will say that the Green Ranger did turn out pretty sweet. Like, I actually am very, very happy with the way that this design turned out. So I think he looks quite accurate. And then as far as Lord Drakkon is concerned, let's take a look at him as well. So obviously it's very difficult to capture such a crazy amount of different colors that there is on Lord Drakkon when compared to, like, the regular Rangers, because they're just a lot more simplified. But overall, you know what? I actually think we did a decent job with this one as well. So let me know down in the comment section below which one of the two designs you like better. Also, of course, if there's any other suggestions for other customs that you would like to see in the future, leave that in the comment section below as well. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget to go on ahead and, if you can, hit that like button. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.